Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Armour Up with Man Witness. We're in 365 days in Proverbs. Today is January 19th, 2016. So devotion focus this morning will be based on Proverbs 19. For this morning, I've chosen the first three verses, 1, 2, and 3, focusing primarily for this month on myself, on grounding myself in faith and in truth, so that I could be a strong pillar for my subscribers, for my team. Now this morning says, "Better is the poor that walketh in his integrity than he that is perverse in his lips and is a fool. Also that the soul be without knowledge, it is not good, and he that hasteth with his feet sinneth. The foolishness of man perverteth his way, and his heart fretteth against the Lord." Those are going to be a devotion focus this morning. So we start again at verse 1. It says, "Better is the poor that walketh in his integrity than he that is perverse in his lips and is a fool." When I look at this verse here, reviewing what I should do for scripture devotion focus this morning. When I look at these verses here, I think of myself. Actually, all these three verses, I think of myself. The direction I wanted to go in my life is I wanted to be an entertainer. I love music my whole life, and I decided that I'm pretty good at pretty good at writing music and not singing, but we have a style called freestyling. DJ music, reggae music, and also rap music. I'm very good at putting words together and coming up off the top of my head with the lyrics. I'm good at putting lyrics down. I'm not a great singer. I don't have the best voice, but I'm very ingenuitive when it comes to putting stuff together and coming up with something. Anyways, my big drawback with that is when I realized that the music business is a real industry, and I realized that industries are overran by the kingdom of darkness. If you scan the internet and you check out bios on entertainers, you hear. And I don't think these people were, I'm sure some of them were raised in families, and I could very much see how that happens. I'm sure some of them were raised in families that were already connected with occult things and dark things, and so their children naturally progressed into that, deciding that, giving that's what they wanted to do. But then I'm sure there's other cases where people were raised innocent or supposedly basically raised normal, and went into the music industry and then realized that there's seemingly no other way to make it than to sign up with one of these occult things. Anyways, my point, the occult wasn't really my real reason why I didn't get into the music industry. The real reason I didn't get into the music industry was because I realized that the type of music I did, I'm liable to cause more hurt than good. I know my own intentions, and I know the direction I want to go with my life. But sometime in the process, and I used to study this and realize, sometimes in the process of making music, we want to make what we call hot music. We want people to move. We want people to dance. And sometimes we on a small scale, we sell ourselves short trying to make what we call the quote-unquote best music for our fans, trying to make hot music. We end up selling our values and our morals a little bit short. Now, also, aside from the lyrics that comes out, the image that tends to be portrayed from that lifestyle is not necessarily a wholesome image that I would like to bring across, that I'm sure is going to uplift people all the time. It tends to be an image that promotes sex and drugs and just defilement and waste, the image that tends to come from that. Anyway, that's just my story, why I kind of stayed away from it. And I was like, what, if I'm gonna make it, let me do it shoulders to the wheel. Let me do it either with a 9 to 5 or working for the Lord 9 to 5. So I decided to not go the fast way, not go fast money, and put my hands in the hand of the Lord and see if the Lord will direct me. That's verse 1. Also, that the soul be without knowledge, be without the information on who God is not good. And he that hasteth with his feet sinneth. If I could only remember this sometimes, not the first part but the last part, that sometimes we have the best intentions but we didn't take the time to make sure to formulate a plan to make sure that this is how it's going to work. So we have the best intentions and we jump out and we do things, but we need to kind of formulate plans and see if what we intend to do, if it's feasible for us or not, to so that we could follow through with it. I find this a lot in my frustrations that happen to me, and it happens in life. So I think we get frustrated sometimes, like as the scripture is saying here, when we hasten with our feet, when we run into something, when we think we know all the parameters, but we're not really sure. We didn't pray about it. We didn't take time to study it and make sure we know all the bases. All right. Now piggybacking verse 2, it says, the foolishness of man perverteth his way, and his heart fretteth against the Lord. And again here, with just hasty feet, and with choosing the wrong path in life. I'm not saying being a musician is necessarily wrong, but for me, it was like, it would be like me perverting my way. I was raised in the church. I told you guys I'm a generational Christian. I'm about third or fourth or maybe even fifth generation Seventh-day Adventist at this point. And it wouldn't make too much sense for me to go try to make a living in that field, in the entertainment industry, when the possibilities of going in so many different directions as opposed to up is happening. So to me it almost felt like I would be perverting my way, and then eventually my heart would fret against the Lord. And I've seen this happen before in my life and in other people's lives, where it's like, we make decisions, and then after we make the decision, we're like, how is this going to affect me spiritually and eternally? And I am not willing to take those chances anymore. I'm walking the straight and narrow. So guys, that was devotion focus for this morning. Proverbs 19 verses 1 to 3 was my focus for this morning. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless you.